If you want to buy your next home, but your current home is not even under contract yet, this video is for you. You might be wondering, how do I get approved? How do I structure this? And how do I make a seller actually accept my offer when I still own my current place? That tension is real. You do not want to end up with two mortgages you can't comfortably afford, but you also don't want to miss out on the right home because you waited too long. I'm going to walk you through three main paths that repeat buyers use to make this work. We're going to talk about using your current equity wisely, short-term options like bridge-style financing, and how to position your offer so that a seller takes you seriously, even when your home hasn't sold yet. And by the end, you're going to have a simple framework that you can use with your agent and hopefully with our team to map out a plan that fits your numbers and your comfort level. I'm Brad Brondt. I work with Acre Mortgage. I've been originating loans for 15 years. I've helped many families buy their first home and then later move into the next chapter, whether that's for a bigger home, a better school district, or just a better fit. My job is to help you see around corners, not just quote rate. So let's break this down into clear options instead of guessing. First, let's talk about the big questions sellers are asking. How certain is this buyer? Will this actually close on time? And if your offer depends on your current home selling, that can feel risky to them. If your financing is already fully thought through and you can show a strong approval and a clear plan, you instantly look more solid. That's our starting point. Option one is using the equity in your current home before you sell it. This is where tools like a home equity line of credit or a cash out refinance can come into play. The basic idea is that you tap into some of your equity, then use those funds towards your next home. With a home equity line, for example, you have a separate line of credit secured by your current home, and you can pull from that for the next down payment or for your closing expenses. On the plus side, this can let you write a more flexible offer on the new home without waiting for the sales proceeds. On the downside, you now have another monthly obligation, and all of that has to fit comfortably inside lender guidelines when we approve you for a new place. This is why we run the full numbers up front and look at your debt, your income, and your comfort zone before you ever make an offer. Option two is short-term bridge-style financing. That's designed to bridge the gap between owning your current home and closing on your new one. In a typical structure, you get a short-term loan backed by the equity in your current property. That allows you to make a non-contingent offer on the new home and then pay off that short-term loan when your current home sells. The upside is peace of mind and negotiating power. Your offer looks similar to a buyer who has already sold their home. The trade-off, though, is that short-term loans often come with higher costs than long-term traditional mortgages, and you're juggling more moving parts at once. To qualify for something like this, lenders look closely at how much equity you have, your income, and how your overall debt stack up. Again, that is something we can model before you make any decisions, so that you understand the pros and the cons in your specific situation. Option three is what I call the structure and the strategy route. You either qualify to carry both mortgage payments for a short period, or we get very intentional about using contingencies and timing to protect you. If your income and debt support it, there are situations where you can be approved with both your current mortgage payment and the estimated payment on the new home, at least for a short overlap period. In that case, you may not need a bridge-style product or a line of credit at all. We simply approve you based on both payments, and the key is that your comfort level and a realistic timeline to sell. If your numbers do not comfortably support two payments at once, then we look at offer structure instead. That might mean writing your next offer contingent on selling your current home, but pairing that with a strong pre-approval letter, clear communication about your listing status, and sometimes creative timing. For example, you might list your current home first, get it under contract with a flexible closing date, and then write on the new home with a more limited contingency window. It's not one size fits all, it's a puzzle, but it is a solvable puzzle when we put all the pieces on the table early. Real quick, if you're getting value from this, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss future updates on how to structure smart offers and navigate buying and selling at the same time. Now, let's talk about what really gets your offer accepted, because this is where a lot of repeat buyers underestimate their leverage. Sellers want three things. They want price, they want certainty, and they want timing that works for them. Your financing plan speaks directly to certainty and timing. When we walk you and your agent through a clear approval that shows we have already accounted for your current mortgage, your potential line of credit or bridge option, and your timeline to sell, your offer tells a very different story. Instead of, I hope this works out after they sell their place, it becomes, this buyer has a mapped out plan that still works even if the sale takes a little longer. Inside our process, we usually walk through 3 questions with you. First, if nothing fancy existed, could you qualify with both payments? And does that still feel comfortable? Second, if not, does a temporary option like a line of credit or a bridge style loan make everything click into place? Third, in your local market, how are sellers reacting to contingent versus non-contingent offers right now? Your answer to those 3 questions usually points us toward the best structure for you. Now, trying to piece this together on your own with random calculators and half answers from the internet is a headache. That's why I put together a free guide that walks you through these options in plain language. It's designed for repeat buyers who are exactly where you are, trying to buy before their current home is under contract. It shows the main paths, the key questions to ask, and how to talk this through with your agent and our team. It's linked right down in the description. Use it as a roadmap so that you're not guessing. Here's the bottom line. You're not stuck. You do not have to choose between being homeless for a month or carrying 2 homes for a year. There's usually a middle path that balances risk, comfort, and getting your offer accepted. The key is to start the planning before you fall in love with the next house. If you want help mapping this out for your situation, use the link in the description to grab the guide and then book a strategy call with our team. We'll walk you through your current home, your income, your debts, and your goals, and then we'll lay out a few clear scenarios so that you can choose the one that feels right. Don't let fear of a double payment or confusion about contingencies keep you stuck in the home that you've outgrown. Click the link in the description, get the guide, and connect with our team.